Hey there, and how are we all doing? I would say you're looking good, but I wouldn't spy on you. That would be wrong, wouldn't it? That would be almost criminal. Welcome to Aldon's Reviews and True Crime. I just wanted to make up a story. So, a crime story. Now, this is make believe, but this is also kind of connected, isn't it? Because we're all making our own minds up, really, aren't we? We're even making our own minds up when we say Jay went out of the Airbnb, wanted to take a shortcut, had a cut in his leg, and he did have a cut in his leg from the cactus. Remember, Ahab said that, Lucy said that. And he decided to not worry about the infection, because he did mention the infection to Lucy, because Lucy said that he was worried about the cactus being poisonous. Cactus, knife wound, cactus. Let's go on cactus, because that's what she said. If we're taking what they say as gospel, nothing wrong with ex-criminals, is there? We're taking what Ahab says, he's an ex-criminal. Nothing wrong with taking ex-criminals, because they're not all liars. And I know that. Some very nice people, they're ex-crims. Is he a current criminal? Well, never investigated, never checked anyway, so we don't know. Anyway, I think, Ahab, I think you're a good guy anyway. I think that you were one of the ones that were trying to convince whoever is connected, because we don't know, because this other character isn't known, or any other characters haven't been known or investigated or named. I think you were trying to convince the other people or other guy not to do it. Anyway, I'm digressing. I will need to get back on my story. The professional mainstream are all saying that it was an accident and had a cut in the leg, and he walked towards the sea rather than going the road, which was directly behind him, and he just came from there. Even if you're delirious, you're going to know that he just came from the road. You go back to the road, and the sea's miles away. It's not connected in any way around the coast. And you decided to have a go at walking down this really dangerous cliff with this bad leg, and you were worried about infection of your cut on the leg, but you just carried on and then fell down the cliff and died and got apparently lots of broken bones were named, weren't they, in the autopsy? Lots of them. Must have bounced quite a lot, but I don't want to be morbid. This story, what if he got stabbed on the CCTV, as we've seen? Whether that was true or not, that bit I don't know. But he staggered around and walked across the square. That may have been yonks ago, may not be connected. But say it happened, may have happened. Lucy knew about it. The two men decided, or one man, decided to go a bit further and eliminate Jay. So wiped out, gone. For whatever reason, whether it was a stolen AP watch or bags or a debt or whatever else. Put him in the boot of the white car. Apparently the white car was connected. Lucy panicked, wrapped him up in a blanket in the boot, took him up to this Airbnb, wondering what to do. Took a photograph on the steps with the blanket that was from Lucy's apartment, nothing to do with the Airbnb. Although we could check that out very easily with a phone call to the Airbnb owner, as long as she's not corrupt, because she's connected, I believe, to the former corrupt mayor. So perched him up. Either it was his hand or someone else's hand perched him up on the step, because the photograph, you wouldn't take a photograph of the step. The only thing I can think of, and I did a video of this previously, is, I don't know, he wanted to show that he was comfortable with a blanket around and having a bag, and he was all right to his friends. But he wasn't all right because he was dehydrated. Because it was reported, they reported, Brad and Lucy reported that he didn't have a drink. But he was smoking. Why would you Were you really thirsty? Would you have a cigarette? Wouldn't that make you worse? Anyway, regardless. So they perched him up. It wasn't his feet underneath because it didn't look like his feet. Blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah. Took the photograph. And he bled over the step because we do know straight away randomly the step was all repainted. Somebody said they did see blood. I won't go on that. But repainted, strangely enough, straight away. Nothing else. Just around the step, etc. Just repainted. The step that he was standing on with the dodgy photograph. Taking a picture of, see, look, I've got a cigarette in my hand, rather than the lovely scenery around him. So they kept the body for a bit, panicking in the Airbnb, wondering what to do. Lucy, although apparently she said she didn't and wasn't connected with Ahab, she was making phone calls to him because he let that out of the bag that she called him. She also knocked the door, apparently, at some point. She said she didn't go to the Airbnb. But if you reported that Jay was missing and you phoned 999, you were sat there with a car, and it's only 45-minute drive, say 45 minutes, maximum an hour. Wouldn't you drive up yourself? Bearing in mind, I believe, was it a Saturday or a Sunday? Was it a Sunday? So presumably she's not working. She's finished her shift with the festival. Don't know, maybe she's doing the property business and she's more interested in that and she's doing that on the side and she's too busy. Wouldn't you drive back up to the Airbnb, have a look yourself, even if you did call a helicopter and they said she said they were going to send out a helicopter and they didn't. She said they were fobbing her off. Well betide the authorities of fobbing people off and lying. Do they lie? Even she said that they lied. They didn't send a helicopter. So wouldn't you drive over? She said you didn't. Anyway, let's knock back again. So the body's in the Airbnb and they want to try and get rid of this. Remember, quickly after, the authorities, the possible crooked authorities, some possible crooked authorities, remember some of them are on the payroll and you've only got to call them and they're trying to sort it out. So they're going to help. So they sent a forensic team. We didn't know that this was a forensic team. All that we knew is they had covers on their shoes. So this would be very easy to cleanse the property as such and clear out that body because it's private around the back. Nobody can see. It's not viewable from the road. Put it in a box or whatever else and cart it out to the ambulance. Take it away. Maybe put it in storage, cold storage, wet storage. I don't know what they do in that situation. And then they decide later what they're going to do. The problem I've got is the witness that saw Jay walking up the hill. But that witness, is she credible? As I said before, is she credible? So if she was related to the former corrupt mayor, apparently, was she the sister? The Airbnb owner was also related to the corrupt mayor. You can correct me on this. Would it be possible, because the corrupt mayor, possibly took bribes? Would his sister or relation take a bribe? Would that be possible? Or has she got a totally different moral compass to her relation or brother? Don't know, but it's possible, isn't it? Also, the only other problem is the photograph with them on the side of the road. Some are saying it didn't look like him, some are saying it was him. Got a problem with that. I haven't fathomed that one out. But they were standing beside the road on pillars, white pillars with a photograph, and it appeared to be, whether it was before that, I don't know. Whether it was the day before or night before, whether it was that night, I don't know. And also spotted around a church somewhere where they stopped off. I think everything was closed. I think there was said to be a bottled water drinks machine outside or a can machine outside. They could have used to hydrate themselves and Jay because he's said to be dehydrated or something like that. That's just a story. But with everything going on, I think it's possible. The boat idea, I don't think the boat idea, this boat that went off the radar for 7 to 8 days at the time, remember, the heat is on and there are lots of boats. How do you think the supply of goods, not only drugs, but goods, namely E-tabs, get through? Bags of them. How do they get through, do you think? Not passenger planes, really. Passenger planes, that is so risky, isn't it? Carrying them in your luggage. I expect some people take the risk, but it's very risky. So you have boats. The boats land on different parts of the island, different parts of the beaches. It makes it quite easy. And they supply a ring of the islands. This has been going on for years and it goes on. Dog again. This is Rosie. Oh, just before yes, the boats. Harbour masters, whatever they call them over there, certain, shall we call them boat police? I mean, they take bribes. It's very tempting, isn't it? It's semi-legal. They've got weed cafes over there that they sell drugs, legally sell drugs. It's a weed cafe. It's a lesser drug. And am I right in saying, I don't know too much about drugs, but are they the next step up? Or are they 2 steps above? But they're kind of, I won't say how they make you feel. I've never taken drugs in my life, apart from, over the counter. But they make you feel happy, good, clappy, everything else. And alcohol does as well. So come on, alcohol is, it's not a major crime to slip these drugs in your mouth. So what I'm saying is they have a trade and boats go on and off that radar all the time. So with the heat being on, with this body and case going absolutely wild all around the world on social media, the boats are going to go off the radar, aren't they? They're not going to want to know. They're think, oh God, going to be searched for drugs or whatever else. If you make up your mind and you decide, put in the comments what you think could have happened. And I've mentioned before all the phones should have been data checked and everything. Whatever the experts do with them should have been done. It's still apparently not too late to do that. You can still do that. You can see the whereabouts, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, messages that were deleted or whatever else. I don't know. But apparently it's not too late and they can do that providing they're not using burner phones that they just use for that business, which many do. They'd be stupid not to. But also, if somebody's disposed of their phone, it's suspicious. And you probably know, unless they just got raided and they just took the phones quickly without telling them, which they should. British police, come on. Or Interpol. What are you waiting for? Thank you for watching. Rosie, the private detective dog, says goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. And remember, be very, very careful out there. Thank you.